Hey guys, guten Morgen aus Deutschland, good morning from Germany. I'm so sorry about not posting in a month, and there's no excuse for that. There's only the reason that things have been getting worse at work, and that I've basically been feeling like a negative Nancy. I'm trying to make the best of things, of the situation, but it's getting more unbearable with every day that goes by. And that is the situation at work mainly, and something else that I cannot talk about because it involves other people in my life. And so at work, more and more of my colleagues are leaving. Some of them leave because they were offered the severance package and they accepted. Um, so it's emotional with everyone that leaves, or almost everyone, um, because I'm not just one of the people working at an office. I'm at the reception, and so every time they had something going on, like they came in to drop off their sick slip, or which you can do online, but some didn't. They came straight from the doctor, and so they turned it in, and then they tell you what's wrong with them, or people that have somebody dying in the family, and you're always like the person that they talk to, and so you develop. And in my case, it's extreme because I cannot work in an environment where I'm not appreciated or understood. I develop a rather heartfelt connection with my coworkers, and so seeing one after another leave is heartbreaking on a daily basis. And I have reached a limit where I can cope with this without being emotionally really not just taxed, that's an understatement, but overwhelmed, emotionally overwhelmed. And also last week we had again executive leadership team from the United States at our location, and the CEO of the company made more announcements, and I listened to them. And then right before he was gonna get in his shuttle, well, the shuttle wasn't there, the shuttle that would take him to the airport, him and the others, to the airport to make it back to the States. He was the only one in front of the, my counter, the reception, and I figured I'm just gonna ask him. And so I said, "Hey," and I said his name, and I said, "Can I ask you a question?" And he said, "Sure." "What's that?" And I said, "How do you still sleep at night? How do you still sleep at night?" And he said, "I understand what you're trying to say, but the numbers prove us right." And that's when the shuttle pulled up, and he, of course, heard the engine sound, and so he said, "Let's talk some other time," and as if. And then he grabbed his suitcase, and the others came down the hall, and then they left. But that was his answer, and that was even more a slap in the face, that the CEO that was just hired maybe a year ago, maybe a little over that, he and the executive financial officer, no, what is it called, the CFO, and then the CEO, I don't even care about their ranks, because to me they're horrid human beings for doing what they're doing, firing people in Germany to rehire the same positions in India just because they can. And like I said in my last video, they fired the entire IT department on location, which is already causing problems because some of them have left. My favorite one has left already, and we cried the day he did. And yeah, and so I'm really revisiting the thought of whether or not I can continue to work for a company that treats their employees like this. And I would like to look at it from the point of view that my parents imparted on me, and that is, you are always lucky to find a job. Nowadays there are so many people out there looking for a job, and find yourself a job that is secure, that is safe, that pays well, and has good benefits. And on the other hand, I'm thinking of Dolores Cannon, Bashar, Daryl Anka, and he channels Bashar. And I'm thinking of Greg Braden, and I'm thinking of Dr. Wayne Dyer and Louise L. Hay. And I'm thinking of all these people that teach us that we should follow our bliss, we should follow our heart. And when something feels completely wrong, that then we should get out of that situation. And I'm really on the verge, guys. I gotta tell you, I've had about all I can take concerning not really emotional abuse, but the emotional situation at work. I've also had a long talk with my boss lady, the new team leader, who is the fifth superior that I've had in 3 years since January 2020. And she does not understand at all what is going on. She's still not helping us. She's been our superior since November of last year, and nothing has changed for the better. And I keep bringing it up, and nothing ever changes. And the workload gets more intense. That's not going to change with people leaving by the dozens now. And so, yeah, I'm going to have to see what I'm going to do. But my last work day this year was last week. I've been hiding out from the world since then because I let everything like ring again in my head what was said, and how many people have left and how many more are going to leave that already told me their last day at work. And it's close to unbearable for me, and I'm gonna have to find a solution to that. And I didn't want to bring you guys down since it's the holiday season. Everybody's at least trying to be in a good mood, and trying to feel the love and the joy and the harmony out in the world. But I simply can't. I didn't even decorate. You might remember from the years prior, when I was still showing myself on camera, that I was decorating the place. I didn't even do it. I mean, at work, for the sake of keeping up the morale, I was wearing my reindeer antlers and my light bulb, the chain that I can put around my neck, which is, the Christmas lights, bigger bulbs. And I did that for them, but I'm not in a Christmassy mood at all. And I feel so sorry for everybody that had to leave. I mean, some of them took it well and they got reimbursed, I mean, some of them that had been with the company for decades, of course, they're getting a large sum. That is going to make it a lot easier for them to say goodbye. But it's still it's still an emotional situation because they put in their work and their time and energy, and now they just have money thrown at them, and they get to leave and turn in their badge. And it's sad. I've never experienced anything like it, and so it's kind of getting to me, and it's been getting to me since it started, and it's been going on for a while. But me, I'm trying to see the positive in everything, even though with this situation, I'm really having a hard time. But I'm trying to focus on the positive, like the guy that I had such a close connection with from IT, when he came to the reception and he sat in the other seat behind the counter, with me. And then we hugged before he left, and he said, "Don't you worry about a thing. I'm going to be doing fine. I'm going to be doing much better financially and stuff." And I get that. I get that. And I said, "Yeah, but that's not gonna keep me from missing you on a daily basis." And he said, "Same here. Don't start." He said, And so yeah, but I'm trying to deal with it. I'm trying to block out everything that comes from the outside as much as I can. It was easier to film videos about Amber and Chantal than talking about this. And again, I didn't want to bring you guys down. But with everything that I've learned about how to deal with crisis situations and losing loved ones, which this is, we saw each other at work every day, and they're going to be gone. And it never hit me that much emotionally. And I kind of explored that, and I came up with the reason for it. And that is, I'm no longer the 20-year-old that will just take a job just based on the money. But for me, there has to be a mission that I can stand behind. And if I do not get along with people at work, I would consider leaving, like I did with the team leader in 2018 that was bullying me and micromanaging, and it was a nightmare. And I told her, I said, you can do what you want here, but if you continue this, I will leave, and trust you me, I will take you with me. Because she was doing things that were not allowed in the workplace, and people were covering for her. But that guy, that was covering for her, he had to leave. He had to leave the company after 31 years. He was offered a severance package, and that meant if he hadn't accepted it, he would have gotten fired. And so he took the deal and he took off. And so, so that is why it's bothering me so much, because if I hadn't had such a good connection with at least my team members and a lot of people throughout the building in different positions, it wouldn't get to me all that much. If I was still in my 20s, I would say, yeah, so the company doesn't want for them to work there anymore. They're going to let them go. And I would have been like, I don't know, stronger or more naive to deal with this. But now it's not the same anymore, because I developed a connection with a lot of people there. And on Thursday, we also had like a happy hour that I never attended before, not in my 6.5 years in that company. It was kind of like a Christmas deal going on. And it happened after I had that short conversation with the CEO. And people asked me, so you're coming for the happy hour? And I said, I gotta get the rooms ready for the next day, but I'll be there as soon as I can. And so I went back there, and I had a bratwurst, like a hot dog, and we got a small gift, and people were hugging me, and I shouldn't have gone, but I figured I'm just gonna do it. It's Christmas time, people might be in a Christmassy mood, and I was there for about 20 minutes, and that's about all I could take, and then I took the next bus home. And it's not easy, but I'm off now. I still don't know if I'm going to have to be back on the 2nd of January or the week after that, because the other receptionist, of course, is working right now for us. And she said that the team leader still had not made up her mind. And that is the team leader that frequently takes leave days at short notice without telling anybody. That's the kind of shit that makes me want to just quit. But yeah, this doesn't sound like a pre-Christmassy message from me, but it is what it is. And I'm also getting close to the time where 7 years ago, I came back from the States after 11 years to live in Germany. I can't believe it's been 7 years, and that is how long I haven't seen my daughter in the States. And just remembering the times when I got ready to move back, and I had to not reduce a household because my daughter, of course, kept using the stuff that I had bought there. But, personal items that I had bought, clothing, stuff like that, books, I had to leave it behind because I didn't want to bring like a suitcase after a suitcase of stuff, because it wouldn't have made any sense to bring it. But I remember how hard it was for me to decide what to bring. And that was 7 years ago, so wow. In January 2007 is when I moved to the States, and so I can't believe it's been this long. But yeah, I'm really struggling, guys. My mental health is not good right now. But I want to snap out of it. And the fact that I'm going to be off at least until the end of the year. I don't know about the first week of January, but I'm guessing in the next 2 weeks I'm going to be able to recover enough from what has happened to be in a much better mood. I'm going to try everything to speed that process up. But for those of you that know me, you know I want to get my stuff up to date, my household. I want to declutter, do my, be up to date with my laundry and everything. And I have errands to run, and so I'm gonna do that within the next few days. And I'm gonna try to post more often. I would really like to get my YouTube channels going, because frankly, I do not know where I'm gonna get the strength, the emotional strength to continue seeing all these people leave. And I also talked to she's actually the head of the work council, and I said to her, is this going to continue? Like they said, the fourth quarter of 2023 is going to be the worst, but is it going to get any better starting the first quarter of 2024? And she just shook her head. I said, motherfucker, I can't believe this. This is like an ongoing nightmare. And she said, not just for you guys, it's a nightmare for HR. They have to fire everybody or sit them down and say, look, this is our offer. If you don't accept, within 2 weeks the offer goes away and the termination will be sent your way, And I said, I know, I'm not making this about me. It's just I've reached a level, where I can't bear it anymore. And she said, oh, you and me both. And then, and then she had to go and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I've really reached the limit. I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do to preserve my mental health. Right now it's not very good. I've cried a whole bunch of times already. And yeah, I'm going to try everything to, regain my strength. And I usually do that by reorganizing stuff at home and going for walks and stuff like that. So that's what I'm gonna do. But I would also like to take my mind off of it by filming more videos on this channel, on my other channel with Amber and Chantal, and then maybe one that I will finally start with the music reactions. Whenever that happens, I'm gonna make an announcement on this channel and the other channel, and so you're not gonna miss anything. And so yeah, I'm gonna cut this off right now because I basically have nothing else to say. This is really getting to me. I'm struggling to not start crying now, just thinking of what has happened the last few weeks alone at work. But I hope that all of you have a great pre-Christmas season or a holiday season. I hope that you're experiencing peaceful times and lots of joyful moments with your loved ones. And yeah, you'll be hearing from me during this staycation that'll last at least until the 1st of January, if not maybe even the first week of January. And so I gotta go back the second week. Alright, you guys, I'm gonna go. Thank you for listening to this. I hope I didn't bring anybody down. Maybe I should have put a disclaimer at the beginning of the video, but yeah, I'm gonna post it the way it is. Thank you for listening to this. Let me know how you guys are doing, and if you're doing alright. From most of you I know, because I'm in touch with you. And so yeah, happy holidays is what I'm wishing you, and I'm sending you lots of love and peace, joy, and understanding. Yeah, so I'm a little bit stressed, and I'm gonna try to go and change that. Again, thank you for listening to this, and I will speak to you in my next one. Bye.